day, future CPAs. I am Irish from the group of Iraya, and today we will be discussing the Chapter 4 of Intermediate Accounting, the non-current assets held for sale and discontinued operations. Let's start. Non-current assets ay yung mga assets na hindi nami-meet yung criteria or definition ng current assets. Non-current assets within the scope of PFRS 5 includes the following: A. Property, plant, and equipment. B. Investment property measured under the cost model. C. Investment in association, subsidiary, or joint venture. And D. Intangible assets. And yung non-current assets na hindi naman under ng PFRS 5 includes A. Deferred tax assets. B. Assets arising from employee benefits. C. Financial assets within the scope of PFRS 9 financial instrument. D. Investment property measured under the fair value model. E. Biological assets. And F. Contractual rights under insurance contract. So yung disposal group, ito yung cluster or group of assets and liabilities na dinidispose by sales as part ng single transactions. These items are not depreciated and are categorized individually as held for sale on an organization's balance sheet. Classification as held for sale. A non-current assets of disposal group is classified as held for sale or held for distribution to owners if yung carrying amount ay mare-recover principally sa sale transactions rather than continuing use. Ibig sabihin, mas magbe-benefit ang company if ibebenta nila yung assets kesa i-continue yung paggamit. Conditions for classifications as held for sale. Para ma-classify as held for sale ang non-current assets or disposal group, una dapat yung assets is available for immediate sale in its present condition, and the sale must be highly probable. Pag sinabing highly probable, mas mataas yung chance na mabenta kaysa sa hindi. At para masabing highly probable ang sale, kailangan the entity's management is committed on selling the assets. Pangalawa, may buyer. Pangatlo, reasonable yung sales price ng assets in relation sa current fair value. Pang-apat, ine-expect na mabebenta yung assets within 1 year from the date of classifications. And last, if malabong ma-withdraw ang plan to sell. Ano nga ba ang firm purchase commitment? Ito yung mga commitment ng third party to purchase at some future date with a fixed price. It includes a disincentive for non-performance para ma-ensure yung high probability ng sales. So for the illustrations, yung property is hindi classified as non-current held for sale dahil yung economic benefits ay nag-arise sa continuing use rather than principally through sale. Exceptions to the 1-year requirement. Ang assets or disposal group na hindi nabenta sa loob ng 1 year from the date of classifications as held for sale is kinaklasify ulit kung ano yung classification niya dati. Example is kung PPE siya noon, ika-classify mo ulit siya as PPE instead of held for sale. However, pwede pa rin siya maklasify as held for sale if mamimit niya yung conditions. So the first condition, if yung cost ng delay is hindi kontrolado ng entity. Next is may sapat na evidence na committed pa rin sa pagbebenta ng assets or disposal group ang entity. So for the illustration of exception to the 1-year requirement, classified pa rin as held for sale dahil na-meet niya naman yung condition for an exception to the 1-year requirement. Exclusive view of subsequent disposal. Yung non-current assets na binili para ibenta is classified as held for sale sa acquisition date nito. If na-meet nito yung requirement na yung sale within 1 year, and high yung probability na na-meet niya yung other requirement in a short period of time, usually 3 months after the acquisition date. So for the event after the reporting period, if after the reporting period lang na-meet ng current assets or disposal group yung criteria para maklasify ito as held for sale, hindi ito ika-classify as held for sale sa financial statement ng current period. Yung event after the reporting period ay treated as non-adjusting event. Same ang treatment sa classification as discontinued operation if yung criteria is na-meet only after the reporting period. So for the illustration, yung land ay hindi pa rin classified as held for sale kahit na nabenta siya after ng reporting period and bago pa ma-issue yung authorized financial statement. Mananatili siyang PPE sa December 31, 2001 financial statement ng ABC Company. Property dividends. Yung non-current assets or disposal group declared as property dividends ay kinaklasify as held for distribution to owners kapag available na ito for immediate distribution in their present condition. And yung distribution is highly probable. And if meron pang further approval sa declaration ng dividends, considered ito as part of the assessment to the test if highly probable ang distribution. Non-current assets that are to be abandoned. Yung mga non-current or disposal group that are to be abandoned ay hindi classified as held for sale kasi yung carrying amount naman ay mare-recover pa din pag patuloy na ginagamit. Pero yung mga non-current assets na pansamantalang natanggal or hindi na ginamit ay hindi kasali or makokonsidera na abandon. Measurement. Ang initial and subsequent measurement ng held for sale asset at disposal groups ay yung carrying amount and fair value less cost to sell, whichever is lower sa dalawa. Fair value. Basically, ito yung matatanggap natin pag binenta ang isang asset o pambayad sa pag-transfer ng liability sa isang transaksyon. Cost to sell. Except sa finance cost and income tax payment, yung cost to sell are the incremental cost directly attributable to the disposal of an asset or a disposal group. Changes in fair value less cost to sell. Yung mga pagbabago sa fair value less cost to sell ay nare-recognize na profit or loss bilang impairment, loss, or gain. However, yung gain on reversal of impairment is na-acknowledge lang kapag nare-recognize na yung cumulative impairment losses. Depreciation and amortization. Yung mga held for sale assets ay hindi depreciated or amortized hanggat classified sila as held for sale. Pero, yung interest at iba pang mga expenses na nakaugnay sa financial instrument na kasama sa mga disposal group ay recognizable pa din. For the initial measurement, para makuha natin yung carrying amount ng December 31, 2001, ay ililess lang natin yung historical cost sa accumulated depreciation. Dito, para makuha natin yung fair value less cost to sell, is ililess lang natin yung fair value sa cost to sell, which is yung 350K and 20K. So, to record the entry for the classification, debit, building held for sale for 330,000, accumulated depreciation of 600,000, and impairment loss of 70,000 from difference of 400,000 and 330,000, and credit sa building of 1 million. For subsequent measurement, dito para makuha natin yung impairment loss, kailangan natin i-less yung fair value less cost to sell na 330,000 sa fair value less cost to sell of building na 310,000. So 330,000 minus 310,000 is equals to 20,000. So the entry to record the remeasurement on December 31, 2002 is debit, impairment loss, and credit building held for sale for 20,000. Notice that the building is not depreciated while it is classified as held for sale. Or reversal of impairment. Para makuha natin yung cumulative impairment loss, is kailangan nating i-add yung impairment loss noong December 31, 2001 and impairment loss noong December 31, 2002. Para naman makuha natin yung total recovery, kailangan i-less natin yung fair value less cost to sell of building na 420,000 sa fair value less cost to sell na 330,000. So 420,000 minus 330,000 is equals to 110,000. So total recovery natin is 110,000. Ito para makuha naman natin yung gain, reversal of impairment loss, kailangan kunin natin yung mas mababang amount between cumulative impairment loss and total recovery. So, the entry to record the remeasurement on December 31, 2003 is as follows. Debit, building held for sale, and credit gain on reversal impairment loss for 90,000. Disposal group. Sa subsequent remeasurements sa disposal group, yung carrying amount na kahit na anong assets o liabilities na hindi kasama sa sakop ng measurement requirements sa PFRS 5 pero nakasama ito sa disposal group, kailangan na nakameasure ito sa PFRS bago yung fair value less cost. For example nga, yung financial instrument measure sa amortized cost, kailangan nakasama siya sa disposal group, kailangan pa din siyang ma-amortize gamit yung effective interest method na nakapaloob sa PFRS 9. interest income or interest expense ay kailangan magtuloy-tuloy at ma-recognize. Yung impairment loss para sa disposal group, nire-reduce nito yung carrying amount ng non-current assets na nakasakop sa measurement requirements ng PFRS 5 in the following order of allocation. A. Any goodwill allocated to the group. B. Other assets of the group pro rata on the basis of the carrying amount for each assets in the unit or group of units. Tinitreat as impairment losses ang reductions sa carrying amount ng individual assets. Reversal of impairment loss is allocated to the assets of the group except for goodwill, pro rata on the basis of the carrying amounts of those assets. On December 31, 2001, ABC Company plans to dispose of groups of its assets. Information on these assets is shown below. Carrying amount on December 31, 2001 before classification as held for sale. For inventory, it is 2,400,000. For the carrying amount as measured immediately for classification as held for sale, it is 2,200,000. For investment in equity security, it is 1,800,000 and 1,500,000. So for the investment property, it is 500,700,000 and also 5,700,000. For PPE, 4,600,000 and 4,600,000. Goodwill, 1,500,000 and 1,500,000. The total carrying amount on December 31, 2001 before classification as held for sale is 16 million, while the total carrying amount as remeasured immediately before classification as held for sale is 14,900,000. So after each of the individual assets have been measured in accordance with the PFRS applicable to each individual assets, ABC Company entities estimates that the fair value less cost to sell of the disposal group amounts is to 13 million. Step 1. Sabi dito, para makuha yung impairment loss na 1,100,000, kailangan i-less yung carrying amount as remeasured immediately before classification as held for sale sa carrying amount on December 31, 2001. So, 14,900,000 less mo sa 16 million, it is equals to 1,100,000. Step 2. Dito, para daw makuha yung impairment loss on initial classification, ilalas lang natin yung fair value less cost to sell of the group as a whole at yung carrying amount as measured immediately before classification as held for sale, which is 13 million minus 14,900,000 is equals to 1,900,000. So, the impairment loss on initial classification is 1,900,000. Dito naman, para makuha yung excess to be allocated to the other non-current assets in the group, ililis lang natin yung impairment loss sa allocation to goodwill, which is 1,900,000 minus 1,500,000 is equals to 400,000. So the excess to be allocated to the other non-current assets in the group is 400,000. Dito, para makuha natin yung investment property, ma-minus natin yung carrying amount sa allocation of impairment loss na 5,700,000 minus 235,052 pesos is equals to 5,464,948. Kaya nakuha natin yung investment property. O ganun din yung gagawin natin sa PPE na 4 million minus 164,948 is equals to 3,835,052 pesos. Kaya nakuha natin yung PPE. So, i-add lang natin yung inventory, investment in equity securities, investment property, and PPE para makuha natin yung fair value less cost to sell of the disposal group amounts to 13 million. Changes to a planned sale. Yung mga assets na hindi na kinaklasify as held for sale ay minimeasured as assets carrying amount and recoverable amount whichever is lower. Carrying amount, ito yung amount bago pa man maklasify as held for sale. Yung carrying amount ay ina-adjust for any depreciation, amortization, or revaluation that would have been recognized had the asset not been classified as held for sale. Recoverable amount, amount sa date na napagdesisyonan na hindi na ibebenta yung asset. Recoverable amount, whichever is higher between fair value less cost of disposal and value in use. Value in use, Present value ng estimated future cash flow na expected na makukuha sa continuous use ng isang asset at amount na makukuha sa disposal sa expiration ng useful life. Removal of an individual. Sinasabi dito sa removal of an individual or liability from a disposal group kapag nag-remove ang entity ng single or individual non-current asset or liability sa disposal group, yung remaining assets or liab is makaklasify pa rin as disposal group if mamimit pa rin nila yung criteria. Kapag hindi, yung natitirang non-current assets sa group na makapag-meet ng criteria individually, makaklasify sila as held for sale while yung nag-fail to meet the criteria is hindi na makaklasify as held for sale. Discontinued operation. Para masabi na discontinued ito, kailangan present na kahit isa sa mga sumusunod. Una, dapat major line ng business. Pangalawa, it must be subsidiary acquired exclusively with a view to sale. Subsidiary means it is a business that is actually acquired by us. Famous example of this is Mang Inasal. Nung kakastart pa lang nito ay acquired na agad siya ni Jollibee. So it means Mang Inasal is a subsidiary of Jollibee. But this is not a discontinued operation, not unless i-resell siya. Component of an entity. First one, it can be a cash generating unit or CGU or a group of CGU. Second is a geographical area or operations, which means the segment of the organization that is in operation in another area or location. Next is a subsidiary, or it must be held to resell or binili mo para ibenta. And then the last one is a major line in business. CGU means the smallest identifiable group of assets that generate cash inflows. Discontinued operations, nangyayari kapag ang resulta ng operations at cash flow ng isang bahagi ng isang entity ay natanggal mula sa pagpapatuloy ng pagpapatakbo nito. Pangalawa, kapag walang makabuluhang patuloy na pag-involve sa component pagkatapos ng disposal. Presentation of discontinued operations. Ang resulta ng discontinued operations are presented in the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income as a single amount. Binubuo ito ng mga sumusunod. Una, post-tax profit or loss of discontinued operations. Next, post-tax gain or loss recognized on the measurement of fair value less cost to sell or on the disposal of the asset constituting the discontinued operation. Gain or losses on disposal of discontinued operations. Pag sinabing actual gain or loss on disposal, nangyayari ito in the same period when classified as held for sale. Pag sinabi namang estimated loss on disposal, nangyayari ito sa kasunod or subsequent period when classified as held for sale. Gain or losses on disposal of discontinued operations are presented as part of a single amount representing post-tax results of discontinued operations. Gain or losses on held for sale naman na hindi na-meet ang criteria ng presentation as discontinued operations ay pinapresent as part of continuing operations. Direct costs associated. Yung cost or mga adjustment na directly na nauugnay sa decision na i-dispose ang isang bagay or component ay dapat i-recognize at ipakita as part ng discontinued operations. Example ng mga cost na ito ay severance pay o yung compensation na ibinibigay sa employee na natanggal o yung tinatawag din na employee termination cost. Next, additional pension cost or employee relocation cost. Employee relocation ay nangyayari once na si employer ay nag-decide na yung employee, even yung new hire at intern, ay ilipat sa new location for business purposes. Usually, sa ganitong case, yung company ay nagbabayad or inihahandle yung expense sa paglipat ng employee. At last, future rentals on long-term leases. Yung mga future operation losses na galing sa normal operations ay hindi dapat nire-recognize. Ang nire-recognize lang dapat ay yung mga losses and expenses na resulta ng present obligations. Here's our illustration. Compare lang natin yung 2002 and 2001. Under dito, sa retrospective application, if yung component ng isang entity ay qualified as discontinued operation during the year, lahat ng results ng operations bago pa man o pagkatapos ng classification date ay classified na as discontinued operations. Yung financial statements naman in the prior period ay restated para yung information na present ay makarelate o makakonect sa lahat ng operation na hindi natuloy during the reporting period pa rin, sa latest period na present or ipipresent. Presentation in the Statement of Financial Position. Dito sa presentation in the financial statement, yung held for sale assets ay pinapresent sa Statement of Financial Position as current assets. Then yung non-current assets held for sale at yung assets of a disposal group held for sale ay pinapresent separately from other assets sa Statement of Financial Position. Ganoon din sa liabilities. Yung liabilities of a disposal group held for sale ay pinapresent separately from other liabilities sa Statement of Financial Position. And those assets and liabilities should not be offset and presented as a single amount. Cessation of classifications as discontinued operations. Kapag yung component ng entity is classified as a discontinued operation in the current year, yung previous financial statement ay restated. Then yung previous disclosures para sa discontinued operations ay reclassified at included sa continuing operations. Cessation of classification as held for sale. Kapag non-current assets held for sale cease to be classified as held for sale, yung previous financial statements ay hindi nire-restated. Then yung presentation and disclosure ay mare-retain or mananatili para sa previous financial statements. In this two cessation of classification, first, kapag as discontinued operation accounted for retrospectively. Second, kapag as held for sale, like non-current assets and disposal groups na hindi component ng entity, accounted naman for prospectively. Dito sa illustration na ito, yung building ay reclassified siya as PPE or Property, Plant, and Equipment sa financial statement for 2003. However, yung 2002 financial statement ay hindi dapat i-restated. And in 2002 comparative financial statement, yung building ay classified pa rin as non-current asset held for sale. Presenting a discontinued operation that has been abandoned. Operations that are abandoned are classified as discontinued operations once they actually have been abandoned, not at the time when the management or entity decision is made. Dito, pinoprohibit ng PFRS 5 yung asset na maa-abandon na maklassified as held for sale. Pero kung yung asset na maa-abandon represents a major line of a business or geographical area of operations, reported na ito under discontinued operations sa date kung kailan ito kinonsider as abandoned. Presentation in Statement of Cash Flows. Sa presentation naman ng Statement of Cash Flows, yung net cash flows relating to the operating, investing, and financing activities ng non-current assets or under disposal group or discontinued operation ay pinipresent separately sa Statement of Cash Flows. And yung additional disclosure ay presented on the face of the cash flow statement or disclosed in the notes. And that's our topic for today. Thank you for listening.